Hi, you guys. I'm jumping right into it. As you can see, I am hammering things either into the wall or I'm prying them out of the wall. You want as less things in your way as possible when you're working on these rehabs. And so, if you can get rid of it, go ahead and get rid of it. It's all right. It will make the finished product so much better. Yes, it's going to create holes and divots and dents into my wall, but like I said, we will take care of all those things at the taping and mudding and skim coat phases. What are those phases? You'll soon see in this video. So as you can see, I am moving an old hardware out of the wall. It required me to use a flathead, and apparently, let's see, I was able to hand screw it out the rest of the way. That one right here was a little bit difficult, so you'll see me try to screw it, but it wouldn't move. So I went on and kind of gave it a twist there, and it kind of came on out. So just a little encouragement. I'm moving my hands across the walls, making sure I feel nothing else. I do that from time to time to make sure there's nothing coming out of the wall. If there is, I'm going to either scrape it or pry it out. You want these walls to be smooth to the touch. You want them to either go inward, nothing outward. Like I said, it's better and easier to fix things that are going in than to fix things that's going out. Now I'm using right now my 5-in-1. It is a tool that has different corners and shapes and grooves to it, to which makes scraping and things of that sort so much easier. So I'm using a 5-in-1 and I'm using all angles of it to get rid of a lot of this old paint. I've already started scraping this room a few days ago, and I'm continuing the process today, which I'm doing now on camera. I've already scraped most of the ceiling off. As you can see, that trim is very ornate. It is very detailed. Some of the details are not going to be probably picked up on this camera, and that's okay. This trim is, you're unable to find this trim anywhere. It is custom made especially for the house. It's a very old house, and a lot of these features you just want to kind of keep its integrity because of its uniqueness. So I am taking the time out to just remove a lot of the paint that is chipped and cracked looking off this wall, because you do not want to just spend a bunch of money on paint and it just falls off in the future. Let's just go ahead and nip it right in the bud and make sure that this finish is as smooth as possible as we can get it, and it'll increase the aesthetics. So I'm taking my time with that trim. There are a few pieces of this trim that I will have to replace, which I'll have to do myself using plaster Paris and making a mold and a cast in which I'm able to replicate the trim. Get it fired in the kiln, put it in, pretty much, yeah, it's a nice little process at hand, but it's okay, it'll be worth it, especially with an old house like this. So continuing on, and actually, no, I won't be firing it in the kiln. Don't have to do that. I'll just leave it as a plaster relief. But continuing on, I am just scraping around these windows and scraping around these walls and making sure that I get a lot of this excess paint off so that we can begin with the next stage. Is zoopity zoopity doo dah. I believe the mail person came by and I was super excited to see that. You have no idea how it is to come to a house where there's no doors, there's broken windows everywhere, and looks completely abandoned, and the mail person in the post office are saying, hey, we're not going to bring you anything to that house. The house is scary. We're not risking our mail people to come to that house. And bringing the house to a phase to where the mail person will come and deliver you mail. That is a huge feat, and I'm excited for that. I just want to make that, footnote there. It's very rewarding. It's not easy work, but it can be done. And a lot of work that I can do personally, I'm going to do personally. I'm not going to hire out if I don't have to. So you see me now, I'm cleaning up and I am getting ready to start doing my skimming. Cleaning up is very, very important. You want to make sure you get a lot of that paint chip out of the way or it will not get inside of your mud. Nobody wants paint chips in your mud. It leaves a nice little streak when you're mudding those smooth surfaces, and it's better just to get all that stuff out the way now before you get into the real nitty gritty. And yes, please don't worry about those outlets. They are not live. They're not even connected to the breaker box downstairs, so uh, can work around those quite easily. I have not connected those to the breakers yet. So I am cleaning up and I'm getting ready for the taping and mudding. The tools I'm going to show you is my automatic taper, which I will not be using in this video. Like I said, I'm working on a injured foot, so the automatic taper definitely requires you to be up and at it and you zipping through the house with that. And I'm just unable to zip through anything. So I am not going to use the automatic taper today, and I will be using my trawl, which is a long tool that you see me holding up, and I am also using I believe it's my 5-inch blade, and I'm also using a corner blade. The mud that I'm working with is an all-purpose mudding uh, solution, which I'm able to take care of a lot of the work that I need to get taken care of. It's best for skim coats, but I am definitely using it for taping, uh, my taping and my mudding today. Like I said, I am injured, so this is just where we are right now. Normally, I would like to use the door rock for the filling in of my gaps, but I'm just gonna use my one substance there. Oh, hey, here she is. So I'm definitely using my one substance today, which is okay. I'm okay with it. And we're gonna use that to handle in all my holes and all my gaps. This will be my first coat. I will need another coat after this first coat. And with some areas, I probably need even a third coat, which is okay. We're gonna make this flossy, and we're gonna make it popping, because why not? We can do it. Why not do it? So there's my 5-inch, and there's my trawl. It looks like I'm going back for the infamous. There it is, the corner blade. That thing makes life so much easier. It's not necessary. You can definitely do it with your regular blade, but to have that corner knife, it does make life a lot easier. And you can't do anything without your bucket. So I went back to go get my tin bucket, and I'm just gonna load that thing right on up. Just load it up. More, little more, and just there's a little more, and a little more. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna go ahead and just slap it on the wall. I'm sure there's a bunch of people watching videos like, "Oh my God, what is she doing?" But it works for me, and that's all that matters. So I'm just gonna slap it up there, mm, and I'll worry about smoothing it all out, make it nice and pretty later. Just slapping the mud up on there, just slap it on there, and get it out the bucket and put it on the wall. And then you get it out the bucket, and then you put it on the wall. This is some really technical stuff, you guys, because I mean, first you gotta dig it out the bucket, and then you gotta put it on the wall. It's very technical. Now there's me working with the corner knife. You see how quickly that just made that corner just nice and smooth. And then after I do that, I'm just gonna probably grab my trowel and zip across this wall, spreading out the mud that I have on there, trying to cover up as much of those cracks as I can. Also, what the eye cannot pick up from this camera, I'm just trying to make the wall as smooth as possible. Like I said, it's better to fix things that's going in than going out. And unfortunately, those cracks are coming out of the wall, so I really want to make sure those things are hidden. And that is my goal right now, is to hide those cracks, hide any dips, hide any holes. I'm looking at a lot of holes right there just sitting at the corners of my windows and all that things. We're going to cover all that up. We're also going to be taping and mudding all these uneven butt joints that's been formulated by the old drywall and the new drywall that I installed. We're gonna make everything just disappear, and let's just go ahead and get rid of all this stuff. We're gonna make this house into a house. We're gonna take in the corners, you take that tape and you gotta make sure that you put a crease into your tape and before you apply it into the corner. So you're gonna crease it and then you're gonna push it into the corners and use your corner blade if you like and smooth it out, or you can just use your regular blade and smooth out one side at a time. But the main thing is that we just gotta we want this place to look as aesthetically pleasing as possible. Whatever it takes, you guys. Whatever it takes. Let's keep it going. All right.